love shine, touching the fibers of the feeling inside you, letting out the things you hide.
What's going on, gamers? It's Dreamkillas representing Madden Mastermind. You listen to the sounds of Mr. Ninth Wonderful. Man, is that beat so soulful, wouldn't you agree? And I'm out here using the Atlanta Falcons going against the Green Bay Packers. You can see I got, a pretty good start there, threw a pick, but, we're throwing B-gappers at them, trying to keep them guessing. We're running the blueprint defense, Bill Walsh under center spread, the usual script, and we're not able to complete that one deep, but Atlanta Falcons definitely had a good squad. Jackson, I think it's Steven Jackson, or if I'm wrong on that, I'm sure 100 people will tell me about it in the comment section. But he is a beast. He's not fast, but man, the dude's got heart. I'm even running A-gappers in player lock mode now, so we finally got that figured out. Just throw an A-gap in player lock and just hope for the best. Anyway, like I was saying, Atlanta definitely has a good squad. Their defense doesn't have a lot of speed. They got good overall players, good overall as a team. But, I wasn't overly impressed with, the amount of talent they had on defense. But definitely a good squad, definitely usable. And you guys will see here as the game goes on. Hester, man, he's agile as can be. We'll probably have to come back to them later on. Look at Jackson, man. Dude has so much heart for me. And then, unfortunately, you guys know the deal. If I'm showing kickoff, something either good or really bad's happening. In this case, terrible. Look at that, man. Unreal. So he gets on the board, but, that's the way Madden is now. But look at Jackson, man. Even with whatever, he's rumbling, bumbling, stumbling, but keeps going. Unfortunately, I don't know how to juke that well, and he's able to bring me down. So good stuff for him, but that was a terrible pass. It took me a minute to get warmed up. Again, the quarterback, I don't even know his dang name, but he was doing well for me. I think he's like an 89 overall. So it was just a matter of me trying to make plays. And you can see here on 4th and 6, did something really boneheaded, but the opponent, he had to try to go in with his scheme, but, he was down early, and that should have been yicked. So I felt like we had him. Look at that. Just making adjustments, man. Trufant's definitely a beast. Good pick 6 there. Get it started and going into the second quarter. So you can see now we're up 21-7, sorry. I thought we were going to make that play. But like I was saying, the opponent, he had a scheme put together. Unfortunately for him, we were just making user plays like that. So he couldn't really do too much. I'd say by this point, I already felt like the game was locked up. Look at Hester, man. That's the second time in the slot. He's so fast. And that's really this game. I mean, this dude here, I think he was just demoralized after that. You can see he's got, like, no reads. He's just trying to loft passes at this point, like the usual Madden people. But anyway, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Unfortunately for him, it wasn't working. This is probably the best play he did all game, was the flanker screen, which I wasn't expecting. And, he's able to get it down near our goal line. But this is where we get tough. I didn't want him to score. He had already got his kickoff return, so I had enough of it. We kept Aaron Rodgers running. He's just throwing the ball into the dirt. Goes back to the flanker screen, but this time makes a bad catch on it, and we were able to hold him up, threw an A-gapper, knocked the ball down. So I don't even remember who gets the ball. Look at Jackson, man, just splitting defenders, making things happen. And we're just checking down now. He was running, cover 4, cover 2, stuff like that, try to take away the deeper stuff. So we were to definitely take what he gave us, and then finally we hit him on this, and that's where he had it. I think he just knew that he wasn't going to have a chance. So then, now I'm going against the Atlanta Falcons. Threw an A-gap around him, but he got it off in time. And, we're running with the Cowboys here. This is the top to the road to 100, top 100. I'm somewhere in, like, the 400 range right now. So I'd say, like, if I can get some games in, I am going to be finishing up the PS3, Xbox 360 guide here over the next day or two. I've pretty much been exclusively on it here, the past couple days. And let me know in the comment section for any of the guys that are running on those systems, or even the guys that are on, current Gen 4, if that's what you want to call it, if they would mind seeing a couple games from the Gen 3 consoles, or if that would be old. And then also, fellas, if we get 1,000 likes on any of the next several videos, I will do MUT if you guys want. I know I got some feedback. It's not going to be every day. And if anything, it's not going to slow it down. I'd still have my ranked and money games, but mix in MUT. So you might get 2 videos from me a day. I would, try to definitely guarantee the one. That was big. That actually got called back, so that would have been a terrible way to start with the fumble on the kickoff. But then we're trying to lock up. But yeah, let me know. Again, I'll run maybe a few MUT games a week, try to get that rolling, and then do the money games. I'm going to try to figure out some set schedule, because the thing with Gamer Saloon and playing for money is, it's a lot of the same people on there. Some of them, I'm not really trying to play every single time. And what I was going to get at, yeah, you could literally sit on that trying to find a game for like 30, 45 minutes, depending who's on. And, like I said, I'm confident in my game, but I don't like to play Madden for a lot of money, to be honest. $20, 25, here and there. If I catch somebody that's slipping and they want to, throw some money up, maybe we'll do it. But I had my days in gambling, so, I'm a little bit older. I'm in my 30s now, so I'm trying to chill on that. I got priorities with kids and stuff, so like I said, I'm confident in my game, but, again, I feel like I'm really good with labbing. I'm good with finding concepts and ideas that work, but executing, like, Mav's real good under pressure, I feel. Serious Mo's obviously a gorilla when it comes to that. T-Raw even. But, yeah, when it comes to labbing, that's my specialty, I'd say. I'm real good with finding stuff, so that's where I stick in my lane, let the guys do what they do. You see here, we were actually able to hold them to a field goal. I went for 2 on my touchdown. And, we're trying to just make it happen. You can see Tez. Look at that, man. These dude's a gorilla. I need stat updates, by the way, because I didn't watch the game, but I seen Romo did throw no picks, and they dropped his overall down ridiculously for no reason. DeMarco Murray had a huge game, so he needs points. And then the defense stepped up, man, with all these no-names or whatever they say Dallas is playing with. I mean, I don't know if Tennessee's supposed to be any good, but we need stat updates, man. That's all I know. And for anybody that has been thinking about Dallas, of course, I mean, I'd say most teams, except for, you're using Denver, Seattle, 49ers, so on and so forth. Everybody's going to have holes in their team, but Dallas has a lot of talent, man. Like, they do. Nobody's, like, overall, like, DeMarcus Ware type on their defense, but, you put Lee, McClain, Durant, Bruce Carter. They got a couple dudes sitting the bench, this Toomer guy, and somebody else, man. They got a lot of speed, or, enough speed to get it done. They got a defensive tackle that's got real good block shed, and I think I sub in Crawford. He ends up doing well. Look at Dez, man. Dude's got touchdowns to score. And then we go for the 2, and the reason I did that one is because it puts us up 2 touchdowns. So you can see in the middle of the third here, that's a good way to keep it. That way, he's not focused on, look at that, man. That would have been such a huge user play. But I messed it up, and he's continuing on. But then we send pressure and get him in a 2nd and 1,000,000, but of course he dots us up. Yeah, so I'm just trying to focus on getting these wins. Like I said, guys, let me know in the comment section. Next team to use, number 1. Number 2, if you don't mind seeing Gen 3. And then hit the like button, please. I've been trying real hard on these videos for you guys, so all the support's muchly appreciated. That's the final play of the game. He's had enough. Maybe we should just call it Rage Quit Monday. But anyways, guys, I'm dreamkillas for Madden Mastermind. Again, thank you so much for the support. It means a lot. And we'll catch you guys again tomorrow. Have a good night.